Alright, I have a lot of options on this one ball. I could push out, I could kick to a safety, I could jump to a safety, and that would be that. And hey, we could call it a pool player's shorts video. But I don't think it's a good idea to cater to, the declining attention span. I think it's pretty unhealthy. And I'm not going to say anything about YouTube for competing with TikTok and trying to capture that market, but I'm not going to contribute to it. I don't think it's healthy. I do, however, have a video on safeties coming up in the future, and here's just two of them or three of them. Just for an example, I'm going to make a full size video out of playing safes and what determines a great safety and what's not so good, and it all comes down to who you're playing and their level of play. I mean, if they're a good player, they're probably going to kick out of a safety and leave a safety back on you. But with just an average player, you can play a safety and easily win. And there's an entertainer, part of it. I mean, I'm making YouTube videos. I'm not playing chess here. So, if you look at the shot line from the cue ball to the one ball, to make the one ball in the top right hand corner, we can see that the seven balls in our way. Just hitting the seven balls in the way. The only way to play it safe on this shot would be to kick it and to kick it into this stack of tied up stuff. So a better option might be to push out, and in the process of pushing out, tie up a couple balls if you know that your opponent's going to go for the shot. Which is to say, it pays greatly just to know your opponent if you don't want to play too aggressive. You don't want to tie up a couple balls if he's just or she is just going to give it back to you. So again, it just opens up more options on the push out. So, I mean, here we are, and I could do whatever I want, and I'm going to masse around the seven ball and shoot the one ball to make it, which I do make it. The problem is I run into the three, but I still have an edge on the two ball to get to, so it kind of worked out a little bit dangerous, but it is what it is. We have to get this 5-9 broken up because although there's a pocket in the right hand bottom corner for the five ball, and there's might be one in the left hand side pocket, it's going to be hard to get both of those positions because of how the balls are laid out. So I'd rather just knock out the 9 ball and do my best to get on the 3. And you knock it out right, you should know where the cue ball is going when you go into a stack of balls. And you should know where those balls are going too. And when I was young, I played a lot of straight pool, and it's imperative that you know all this stuff, and you don't just want to slam in to tied up balls and just hope for the best. So anyway, we'll get to it when we get to it. And for now, this is what we wind up with, and I'm on the correct side of the 3 ball, and all I have to do is stun this ball over, but I run into the 9 ball accidentally, and that leaves me hooked again on the 5 ball, and it's a demand for another masse shot. These aren't trick shot masses. I'm basically just putting extreme English on the ball to deflect it and jacking up just a little bit. It's about being aggressive and making the ball, but you also have to put enough spin on it, like a top, to curve it back into the object ball. And you also have to consider what's going to happen after you make that ball when the cue ball hits the rail. Because 9 ball is all about gaining the right position, and sometimes we don't do that, so that's where deflection comes in very handy. So I wind up a little bit on the right hand side of the 5 ball, but just a little bit of top will send it to the left hand rail, and it should bounce out perfect for the 7 ball. And from the 7 to the 9, you're right there for a no-brainer. But back to the masse shot. Yeah, there's a lot of variables in pool, and you have all kinds of things that determine what option you're going to take. Sometimes you're going to jump it, sometimes you're going to kick it, sometimes you're going to kick it safe, and sometimes you're going to masse it. It just comes down to your game and how you play and who you're playing and where you're playing and everything else. And here's the ultimate. Sometimes you're not going to get yourself in these stupid positions where you have to make these choices. Anyway, I got to go fill another demand. Thank you guys for stopping by. I'll keep on pumping them out. Maybe not as fast as in the winter time, but I'm doing the best I can here. Peace now.